Hey, Coach. So of course Georgia, they have their leading scorer Jenna Staiti. She's a real good player, very experienced. Just what's kind of the game plan? How y'all go about trying to slow her down in the matchup.
Well, first of all, happy holidays. And the biggest thing, our first SEC opener is against Georgia, a very experienced team. I think the biggest thing is, matching their experience. We're still young. We're new as a staff, new to our system, new to our philosophy. But Joni's, this is probably her best team, in a while. Their experience, they play at a fast pace. They have an identity about themselves. They have increased their point total, a lot from last year. They're in great shape. Their post players run. We're going to have our hands full, transition. They're one of the top 4 teams in the country in transition. They're doing really good at turning you over. But the reason why they're able to do that is because they got a deep bench. And, they're able to maintain their pace of play on both ends of the floor. So we have to match that. We got to match that from player to player, not just with Stady. We have to match that from player to player.
Up next, we'll go to Dalton Middleton.
Hey, Coach. You talked about Georgia a little bit there, but talk about yourselves. Where do you feel like your team is right now? Y'all are 5-1, but how do you feel like the girls are playing right now entering SEC play?
I was just saying, they've been very different since we've been back. I think the break was good. Knowing conference is coming up, different mindset. Still a work in progress, but the attention to detail has been there. We've had our 2 best practices since we've been back. It's been very good to see they've been locked in. The things that I've challenged them with individually and as a team, we're getting better. We know going on the road, every opponent in this league is tough, is physical, and you got to be sharp, but the attention to detail is going to be critical. So I'm really happy to see that our focus and our attention to detail, we came back, with that.
All right, guys, if you have any questions, please put your name in the chat. Up next, we'll stick with Dalton.
You mentioned Georgia's transition, how good they are, top 4 in the nation. How do you go about approaching that, or just trying to limit that, I guess, in the first game right here?
I think the biggest thing is making sure that our team is aware of what they want to do, how they like to score, why they've improved, overall as a team. But they are experienced, so it goes back to matching the experience. It goes back to us being aware when the shot goes up, locating and sprinting back. That is awareness, that is experience. They're starting 4, they return 4 starters, and, they're just experienced. So nothing is going to rattle this team, whether you're up or down. They're really solid in every area. So for us, we have to be ready to go. We got to sprint. We got to match that experience. We can't let up.
Up next, we'll go to Joel Coleman.
Hey, Nikki, I think we've asked you a couple times, but with Zaria, any idea when she may be back? Is there any update on her timeline, or is it still just kind of a wait and see thing?
Yeah, it's still kind of a wait and see. Again, like I've said before, as soon as I get clearance, great. It's really good, when she's able to do 5-on-0 stuff and, still work out and lift and run. So we're just waiting for clearance. And when we get the clearance, we'll be ready to welcome her back. There's definitely a need for her because it gives us another body and experience in the SEC.